Dane as well. So Dane is someone who won one of our Facebook contests, but more importantly, he did pretty well this weekend. Didn't make it into the top 8, but definitely a strong player, and so we're happy to have him here to talk about this match with us. So we're good to begin. So the players are about to start. We've got their team sheets in front of us, and we can see what they're playing. So I think one of the surprises is just that Sadat is using the Mr. Fantastic from the first set. He's kind of fallen off the radar for a lot of people, but obviously Sadat has had some level of success with him that he's as far as he is.
Yeah, I think he wants to race masks. I mean, he's got all those masks, so he wants to tax you constantly,
Absolutely.
If you don't, make you pay for the distraction, pull it back. It really hurts the Black Widow teams.
Yeah, absolutely. So both players, I believe, have brought Resurrection. Oh, no, sorry. It's
one's Polymorph.
Polymorph,
Right?
okay, yeah. So Relentless, Polymorph, Distraction, and yeah, this is gonna be a lot of consistency engines going on at once.
You got Blue Eyes down there too, and it's just
Yeah. So I know that one of David's plans is just to use formerly Weapon 10 as much as possible, because you only need to get 1 or 2 attacks through to really completely leverage that. It's gonna be a little bit tougher because Sadat is gonna probably buy a bunch of beasts at some point.
Yeah, if he does get the wall of beasts and morphing jars online, that's going to be a pain.
Yeah.
Because you just can't pour that many masks into it.
Yeah, there's only so much that you can do, and there's no magic missile. There is no Slifer. That's been a big factor in a lot of games, and it will not be in this one.
Yeah, he won't be able to activate his Hulk at his own will is going to be the problem. He'll have to force Black Widow attacking or something like that.
Yeah.
For David to get his Hulk triggered.
The good thing about forcing the Black Widow attack too is that you can spin your Hulk down to a burst face, and then you can take the damage as the elective if there's multiple Zarenas in the loop. That's like a good Diet Coke ad with David taking that sip, the label showing perfectly. Okay.
It's a pretty basic start here. 2 Black Widows.
Absolutely.
I like the Polymorph buy off the start. It was a really rough early roll, so I like it.
It's his chance at recovery.
Well, he was on the play, right? So it's.
I believe so.
So
yeah.
he's got a little bit of an
advantage,
but
yeah. I've heard different estimated numbers, but some people think it's between 15 to 30% advantage by going first.
I believe that definitely. These best of 3 though, that should help even that out a lot.
One of the initial concerns about morphing jar canopic jars, what if people just think we made a mistake and didn't put any text on it? It's like, no, it would have been really rough if we did put text on that guy and made him any better than he already is.
So Sadat has went straight into Black Widows here. I mean, he is just buying straight Black Widows. He's going to try and jam them in there. David has his Wolverine bought. He's ready to go.
Yep. So
he's not guaranteed to draw it here next turn though, so that's rough because he really needs to get to a fast start.
He needs a fast start, and Sadat's just rolling a crazy number of dice all the time.
He's very efficient. It's very good
efficient.
with Professor X. Very good. Blue Eyes is now in play for him too. So if any bad sidekicks he doesn't want, he can still use to get into like Torch or something like that quickly.
Yeah, an absolutely insane amount of pressure from Sadat in these early arenas. Luckily for David, he did get a double fist result instead of a character face on one of the 2 arenas that's out and going. And he doesn't even have the crazy ability
He went into Resurrection, so he's probably going to pull that Black Widow, right? Oh, nope.
Nope.
So close.
Yeah. Well, he's guaranteed either way next turn. So Sadat purchases a Green Goblin, fields 2 characters. He's going to buy another Gobby. Yep. Once you know you're going to lose the ramp, you might as well put as many good dice into the bag as possible.
So this is really good for Sadat because he's brought David's brought Doom Caliber Knight to the match. So that means that Goblin, can still get through without being distracted back.
Very important, yeah. Yeah, between Doom Cal and Relentless, there's going to be a point where someone is attacking and no one is going to stop them.
Right.
Who it is up in the air because of the nature of global abilities, but it could really go either way. Okay, so David is giving his bag a nice shake and hits Wolverine.
He's got to do something here.
Got his big dice boot. one of my coworkers is kind enough to make me a dice boot for our Secret Santa, and I inevitably forget it at my house before I ever go to play Dice Masters.
Oh, man.
But I appreciate it still.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Yeah. Okay, so.
So we got a live polymorph here, so that's really nice.
Live polymorph is huge.
And he's got a sidekick to use it with.
Yeah, really, really perfect. But he hasn't rerolled yet, so he's still. Oh no, he's good to go with it, I guess.
If he fields that, is he sticking with the 2 fists? Yep, he fielded it, blasted it.
Yeah. Okay, so he's.
Oh no, because he still needs a sidekick for polymorph, right?
I'm confused. Yeah. Yeah, I
think he just realized that
he's working through it on his own. Yeah. Okay, so.
So his bag is a single sidekick. Is that what I'm getting out of this now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that is.
So
correct.
I saw him grab the shield and think about resurrect.
Well, it's a. Oh no, because he has the action die. Okay. Okay. Boom. Hulk smash.
Hulk's gonna be good here. Slows down the Black Widow train.
Yeah, and theoretically, Sadat's just like, I'll take the damage. Send him at me with Mr. Fantastic, but I don't think that's a great play. It's just something different.
He still needs some way to trigger this before Gabi goes off.
Yeah.
To keep the every turn keep the sidekicks off of there. He's going to load up on those pretty quickly.
Yeah. So even if the Hulk is going and smashing all of your opponent's characters every turn, it might not matter if you're just taking enough damage. There's a chance that Sadat just has that overwhelming amount of direct damage where Hulk doesn't matter. Okay, so Sadat is thinking about what he wants to reroll.
So you definitely don't keep the sidekicks here, right? Because they just die when the Serena attacks.
Absolutely agreed. Unless you're trying to get the efficiency from Blue Eyes.
Maybe, yeah. But you don't need 2 for that.
I don't need 2. Yeah, I'll take 1. I'm not buying that many dice.
There we go.
Well, so he doesn't even reroll the double fist energy because he's just so given up on the idea of doing damage.
What level is that Hulk? I can't tell very well.
It has a burst. It's going to do 3.
Yeah.
I'm
just wondering if you can
see
spin it down.
The 4 little dark. Yeah. I think level. No, it has to be level 1 because it got polymorphed in.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay, so there's no spinning down to prevent the 2. I think level 2 might be the best face for Hulk because he's got his biggest stats while still doing the 3 damage. Big fan of the art on distraction. Got Silver Surfer getting ready to throw a baseball for Spider-Man. Okay, so David ramps. Okay, so Sadat didn't want to apply any pressure there because why do 2 damage to lose 2 characters?
Yeah, because David can't willingly activate Hulk, so he's got nothing to fear. Just having his Black Widow hang out there.
Just gotta wait it out.
He doesn't want to lose the sidekick on Goblin next turn when he's got 2 Goblins coming up.
But Mr. Fantastic is actually David's solution here, that he can force a Zarina to attack when he wants to blow up Sadat's field.
Well, yeah, and I think Sadat's probably not too upset with that because it's going to happen either way. But at least you're burning a mask in a team that has no other mask besides sidekicks. So.
Absolutely agreed. Well, no other mask, but he's got Psylocke.
Oh, he hasn't bought it yet.
Okay, yeah. So
and I don't think he wants to buy Psylocke too much because it's not going to do much with the pressure.
If Sadat was going for a lot of Human Torch plays, maybe Psylocke would be more tempting then.
Of course, yeah. But he has just went full on bum rush right now.
Yeah. So it looks like we might be seeing some kind of play where David tries to get weapon 10 through for huge damage, but Sadat could prevent it. He could force the Hulk to attack with Mr. Fantastic, but he might just lose from that. Like, just might be taking so much damage to avoid taking extra damage.
I still don't think it's bad though, but I mean, either way,
clear the Hulk out of the field, which is critical.
And it looks like he's keeping the Wolverine as well, so that's. I mean, if he makes both of them attack, well, he can only make one, so he'd probably pick off the Hulk.
But if he makes the Hulk attack, it means Wolverine can't attack alone.
Right, which is great.
Yeah. But there's not a blocker to complement the play, which is. Okay.
No magic missile, thank goodness.
Yeah.
No. This would just have been chaos.
Yeah. but Sadat would benefit from Magic Missile to some extent himself right now. He could be able to KO those 2 sidekicks. So David's really thinking about where he wants to go from here. Puts the wilds next to the mask because basically they're almost always masks.
Right.
He's thinking really hard. So he's gonna KO somebody. Yep, KO. And by a Gabi? Nope. By another polymorph. It's a lot of commitment. I'm not sure what he plans to polymorph in next. Okay.
I wonder, obviously you don't see a lot of Professor X or Blue Eyes on the field, but what is Blue Eyes' lowest stat? If he polymorphs him in, is him and Hulk enough to...
I have a Blue Eyes in my box of references in front of me. Let's check. So Blue Eyes is 6'5" with a burst, and the burst doesn't do anything on the version that David happens to be playing. But 6'5" is pretty beefy. It's a 1 cost to get out there. That's a pretty good return.
Well, I think he's thinking about polymorphing it in, so he's going to try and grab the biggest thing he has access to. I'm just wondering if it is because Hulk is a 5'6" on his lowest, or do you have one handy?
I don't have a Hulk handy. I have a big stack of promo cards and signed cards, and there's not a Hulk in the stack for me to reference.
Oh, you guys need to make a promo Hulk is what I'm getting out of this.
Maybe coming to your store soon, perhaps. So yeah, I think the Hulk might be a 5'5" at his lowest, but maybe 6'6". I think they're the same attack between the 2 characters. I'm sure the Hulk will flash by on our screen here in just a moment.
Yeah, the double polymorph play for big swing, but I don't think it's going to matter much now.
The thing is, though, Blue Eyes has more attack power because you can KO your own characters, give them +3 attack. So those sidekicks become hyper dangerous for Sadat to deal with. He absolutely must have the ability to use distraction, and it's not going to do enough if Juncal is in the loop. Juncal Knight does not have the stats necessary to be a polymorph consideration.
So Gabi's going off.
Hulk is 6'5", so Hulk and Blue Eyes are the same stats at their lowest face. But Hulk is one less to purchase. That might be a relevant factor. The fact he's fist typing might mean it's easier to purchase too, because Wolverine and Zarina are both fist types. But even though David hasn't purchased Zarina yet.
So David's moved into a pretty good position here.
He has.
The Wolverine getting through was actually pretty big.
Yeah, it totally tips the scales, and Sadat has all the tools to be aggressive when he now needs to be defensive. Conveniently for Sadat, he's made the good choice of purchasing 2 of his Psylocke dice, so Psylocke is going to probably come in and KO the Hulk. But David could be working toward a second one at the rate he's going, so...
I think that David is setting up for an Alpha Strike here. He's got Polymorph coming in and possibly Wolverine here. His luck holds.
Relentless. Yeah. Many much dice. Okay.
We've got plenty of masks and a sidekick, but no Polymorph and Wolverine. So
I always think it's interesting to consider some of these characters that do belong together in a comic book sense. Like, the Wolverine's first appearance is him fighting the Hulk, and here they are side by side. But then there's some other interactions that are a lot more unlikely, such as Blue Eyes White Dragon showing up with Professor X and things along those lines. But
all right, so it's looking like I think David has it locked up here. He just fields polymorphs if he feels like it, and
yeah, because Sadat only has a fist to defend with.
It's not going to do the job. There's the camp blocks, and then he's going to use a question mark for fist, and it's all over. Game 2.
Yep, fist bump. Okay, so David takes the first game.
It was a little challenging, even though David was on the play there.
Yeah,
he really had to work a little magic. I think Sadat's going to be real good here on the play.
I think that initial troublesome roll can really set you off kilter, and having multiple purchase plans for that first roll is just so critical. you're seeing all these players who made it to the top tables do that. That they've got Psylocke, and they've got Black Widow, and that they've got some other outlet for their energy. And they've got, in many cases, an energy fixer like Blue Eyes, or they have yet another purchase cost guy that like Gabi or whoever.
I think Resurrection was great for that because
Yes.
Shield always seemed like the one that was out of place, and now you have something else to throw in to draw stuff.
Yep, and
Doesn't hurt
the
you
card-
like Silver Surfer does.
absolutely. The card that I've been praising all weekend, Constantine, is also going to be a shield.
I know,
So
exciting.
he's going to make Resurrection that much better. Okay. David's going to roll a single die. Okay, so not
Does
not
he go
terrible,
with a
actually.
single polymorph plan again? Looks like it.
Yeah. He
Pretty
won
good
the
opener
game
for
that
him.
he did that, so it can't be that bad. I think the other play I was thinking might happen was buy a Black Widow, use PXG Resurrection.
Did Sadat not roll his prep dice there?
That seems like the case.
Oh wait, he's doing something here.
Oh no, this is.
I think
still
when he
in-
pulls his dice out of his bag, he just throws them on the table.
Oh,
So
okay.
Oh no, yeah, that was the case. He was supposed to roll them.
No, so
All right, so we're bringing over the judge here. He's gonna take a look, try and get a good rewind for a good game.
So I think the judge is about to make a ruling on the scenario. Players have forgotten to complete a mandatory game action. So I'm. Oh, so they're rolling the dice stay in the proper area. Okay.
Because he's already purchased something is
Yeah.
the reason why,
The
correct?
I believe the reason is because he's already completed.
This actually benefits Sadat a lot because he can now use, it's going to come out next turn. Sure, it puts him back a little bit, but his bag's still empty, so he can get the Psylocke, which is nice.
Yeah, I still think it's disadvantage. And so yeah, it's a flub, and I think that it could help him, but it probably doesn't.
Well, but what I'm saying is I agree with the judge that
Yeah.
you can't rewind there because there's too much
No, that makes
benefit
sense.
if you are able to do that constantly.
Yep. So both players are using Professor X recruiting mutants. I prefer trainer for the just in case. I'd rather the 2/2 sidekicks.
But it's all about that collector's edition art, right? It's
Right.
beautiful.
Yeah. We did a good job, I guess. So let's see what Sadat comes up with this turn.
Well, he went ahead and got the Psylocke early. Not gonna let what happened last time
Yeah,
happen.
he remembers, hey, I need to have an answer to that Hulk. And David is going to do something to not let that be an option.
Well, he went with Wolverine off the bat as opposed to Hulk like last time, so that's it's interesting. He's going to try and get him early.
I think he's going to just try and sneak Wolverine through for massive damage. Because if someone's not coming at David with just an overwhelming amount of damage, Wolverine comes in and leaves. So Psylocke's not effective against him. He really has conditioned Sadat based on their first game to think this is how my team operates, and he might have changed his mind about how his team operates for this game.
So he purchased a second Psylocke, which really, if David stays on the Wolverine path, won't matter. Yeah.
Right. Good for Sadat, though. It's just that there's so many different ways for him to use the masks that it probably doesn't matter. Okay, so David moves some stuff over. And David's going to take some damage. I can't see what that is on the chart. Is that 13? Okay. So David is going to be rolling 9 dice this turn.
And pulls that Wolverine every time. It's amazing. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, I think he's purchased 2 Wolverines now, right? Or did he only bring 1?
He went
never
turn
mind,
1
sorry.
polymorph, turn 2 Wolverine, right?
The Wolverine die being like where that color would be on his card confused me. Yeah, so he's trying to figure out how this goes. One of the things I really like about Wolverine is it encourages you to buy different groupings of dice. So you're going to say, well, Wolverine should attack alone for the maximum benefit. Why would I want 2 copies of the die that does that? So your purchase strategy is going to be, okay, who's going to complement his ability to do this? Same thing for Patch, honestly. That hey, he's really crazy and he's really good, and he's max 2, but he's not someone you need to buy both of them all the time. Okay.
So he's got the polymorph active with the sidekick, so that's great. Whatever he buys is coming out. The problem is that he doesn't have a ton of dice because we're so early in the game. I don't know what he's thinking to pull in. Possibly a Black Widow, and then just save it and attack next turn. I don't.
Black Widow is good damage. Okay.
He's got 1 sidekick left in the bag.
Yeah, which makes Resurrection significantly less good, especially when he can't do it twice. I'm really curious to see if everyone who goes kind of watches and learns from this weekend's events takes Polymorph back and says, okay, now we're going to kick it up a notch for the next set of events. Or, are there things that the players who've been taking such advantage of it have actually missed?
I think there'll be a lot of cards that people just haven't seen and are now seeing on stream other players using. It's great.
Yeah, it's really inspiring. Okay, so phase 2 to field Wolverine.
I love that David's mat has a transition zone spot. It's so handy.
Yeah. I'm sure David's very excited for this later this year when we do War of Light for Dice Masters.
Yeah. That set is going to be so much fun.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Like, I wish I could just spoil it all for you guys, but we got to save the good stuff for later sometimes.
Keep some stuff in the bag.
Yeah. So... Oh, I think David just polymorphed Psylocke out, which is really interesting. It's going to stop Psylocke from using the one field ability. Yeah, David's really demonstrating that polymorph is super flexible.
It's a pretty nice play. I like that.
Yeah, so he passes priority. Sadat uses Professor X's global twice. Yeah, that means that Sadat won't be able to use distraction to stop Weapon 10, but he can block it. So
yeah, I think he blocks here pretty easily, unless David's gonna sink his last mask into it.
Break ramp? No, probably not. No, he. Okay. Nope, Sadat just takes it. Okay. So, looks like Sadat is down to 11. And... Okay. Many dice in that use pile. So there's no polymorph die currently in David's bag because he's only purchased 1.
Right, it's just a sidekick, right? Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of energy there.
Is David at risk of losing here? There's no pumps in this, so that's really nice.
It helps. It helps David. There's no pumps. I don't think Sadat can win the game this turn. I was actually thinking about the other way around. Can David win during his next turn? And I think there's just too many options for us to worry about that at this point. I think the answer is no. I think David's not rolling enough dice to
yeah, he's only pulling 4, so that's rough. Well, he'll get the 2 Professor X as well, but
yeah,
need a lot of masks at that point. And he hasn't purchased the Hulk yet, so that's going to be, he would need polymorph to come up in those 4 to clear the board.
And he's going to need it as the action, not as the dual energy, which would actually be part of what helps him purchase Hulk. But we'll see. So in David's going to be rolling 6 dice next turn, 2 of which are going to definitely be sidekicks. Best case scenario, he rolls Wolverine and Zarina and Polymorph.
So Sadat just spent two to buy another Serena. I think his bag's pretty set at this point, right? You just probably sit on that.
Yeah. Like he can deal with Hulk. He can get kill power from Zarina. Wow, he just attacks with everything. I think
That seems insanely dangerous with Wolverine in
totally,
David's bag.
I totally agree with you. It also means that Sadat's going to have nothing left if David decides to attack with Zarina too. Like, no, cool. Can't spin anything down.
Yeah, seems dangerous.
So David KO. Let's when the sidekicks get KO'd. No, wait. Why is that sidekick KO'd?
I don't know. That's a good question. Shouldn't something be in? If it killed something, shouldn't it be in Sadat's appropriate?
How'd the sidekick get KO'd?
Then why is Psylocke in the use pile?
In the use pile? Psylocke did not belong. Psylocke was a character that was blocked. She does not get KO'd by the sidekick. She has 2 defense on her level 1 face, and I don't even know what face she's on necessarily. So, David's in trouble.
Yeah, so no Wolverine here.
No Wolverine, no Polymorph. There's only so many things he can do. I'm pretty sure Sadat has inevitability because of the Doom Caliber Knight global here.
Best thing that David can hope for really is a level 3 Black Widow so that he can spin him down to the other Widows.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I can't see what level it's on from here. Okay, so fielded it for free. It is not a level 3. It's tough. I mean, there's always... So I could just get an unlucky roll. That could end the game.
Yeah, that's possible.
That could prevent the end of the game as well.
He's going to Professor X twice here, though, and it's going to be a pretty heavy beat.
We're about halfway through this round. Okay,
David's going to prep
shaking out the bag.
Polymorph. It's leaving just Wolverine in the bag and a sidekick.
I'm going to sneak out for a minute if you can excuse me.
So Sadat's looking pretty good here. If he can pull out a fist with any of those Black Widows, it's going to be pretty set. I don't know what level that Black Widow's at. Might be able to prevent a little bit of David's health loss, but it probably won't be enough. So we have only one Black Widow, so David might make it out of this okay. You can just see the look on Sadat's face. He is really upset there's not another Black Widow there. All right, David leaves one question mark up. He's going to try and force Sadat into using a fist here for distraction purposes. Sadat's not going to bite, so David's going to get a Professor X the rest of it. right, so the life totals haven't updated, but it looks like David is at 3. He's probably going to take a damage here because he can only draw 3 of his bag, I think, but I'm not sure. Maybe just no. He had exactly 4. It's a shame for Sadat because Sadat really wants him at that magic number of 2. So Black Widow's lethal. All right, and that looks like it's going to be game 2. David's got it, and I believe he won game 1, so that's it. All right, we'll be right back. We'll see you in the finals.